This is Jammin with Kron Rex.
And don't forget to subscribe so you get the videos as they come out.
Coach Cam made this shit.
I'm Brenden Kron. This is Rex. And welcome to Jammin with Kron and Rex.
The sexiest podcast in all of Kentucky. And today, Brenden, I wanted to start off by saying congrats to the Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely feel that if there's a proper time to give someone, their roses to say, it is now. Mm-hmm. And that person that I would say that to is obviously Giannis.
Yeah.
In the past, I've given Giannis some shit because, whenever I watched him, maybe I thought he underperformed for being a Defensive Player of the Year or an MVP caliber player.
Yeah.
But I think this finals is he kind of showed out. Like he showed his worth. Like this is he is the guy.
Halfway through this playoffs, they were talking about how he's Robin and Chris Middleton is Batman.
Yeah.
He was the finals MVP.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he truly showed that he's the leader, he's the guy of that team.
Did you see how many points per game he scored?
No, how many?
35.2.
Holy shit.
The second highest points per game is Devin Booker with 28.2. So he's outscoring Devin Booker by 7 points a game.
And Devin Booker's like a pure scorer.
Is a scorer. That's like his whole thing is scoring, and Giannis just fucking ran away with it. He also averaged 1.8 blocks per game.
Wow. Which
is the highest of anybody else in the series.
I bet.
And, that's not Giannis' only thing. So, I don't know. Giannis is kind of an overall player. Mm-hmm. I guess you could say outside of, like, three-pointers and shit and, like, free throws. But even three-pointers. Giannis went 20%.
Better than I would have thought.
Do you want to know what Devin Booker went from three-pointer?
What?
26%.
So, wow.
So
Devin
obviously,
Booker's only barely shooting better.
So Devin Booker is obviously taking more three-pointers, but Giannis made 20% of them.
Yeah.
That's one out of every 5 that he's hitting.
Wow.
And you could say Devin Booker's doing a little bit better than 1 out of every 4 he's making.
Yeah. Still.
So, yeah, pretty crazy statistics I don't think people are really talking about in that.
I would rather Giannis shoot. I'd rather have Giannis on my team shooting 1 for 5 than Devin Booker on my team shooting 1 for 4.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, because Giannis is scoring more.
Well,
he doesn't need the 3 to score, and he's still shooting.
Even if that's all they're shooting.
Yeah.
Just because of, like, defensive...
Yeah.
Rebounding, even probably assist. What's the assist looking like? Chris Paul probably leads.
Okay, so...
To be honest.
Assist, Chris Paul had 8.2 assists per game in the finals.
Less than I actually expected.
Yeah.
I was expecting at least 10.
Yeah, in all fairness, he is...
Oh. What's Giannis got?
Oh, I'm not even looking at you. Giannis is obviously not getting as many.
If he gets 4
assists per game,
that's phenomenal.
He's getting 5.
That's great.
So pretty good.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday is actually the series leader of assists at 9.3 per game.
Oh my god.
So he's doing what Chris Paul's and granted, a lot of Chris Paul's effect is maybe not on court shit, but like off court shit, like with leadership.
Yeah,
you do have to give Chris Paul some credit with that. This is not just us bashing Chris Paul, but Drew Holiday averaging more assists in the final than Chris Paul is pretty crazy.
Chris Paul's nickname is the Point God.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like one of, if not the most pure point guards.
Yeah.
In NBA history.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy to see Drew Holiday not even having MVP finals worthy. Finals MVP worthy final series. and still outdoing Chris Paul in that regard.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually he averaged less turnovers than Chris Paul too. Chris Paul with 3.5, Drew Holiday with 2.3.
Yeah, Chris Paul had one just absolutely abysmal game.
Yeah.
Without that game, maybe we're talking about this different.
I mean,
But
pretty
it happened.
crazy. I think there's a decent amount of Bucks players that have kind of flew under the radar.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that they had Giannis's brother on there. Thonis?
Yeah. All three of, like, the brothers.
Have won a
Giannis,
final. Yeah, have won
and
a
his two
championship.
brothers have all won a championship, which is, I think, is so cool.
That's crazy. Giannis wasn't the first one either. The dude who played with the Lakers was the first one out of the Giannis. I mean, out of the Antetokounmpos.
Played.
Played
is a very relative term.
Participated.
He was on the Lakers team. He didn't. I don't think he even got a minute.
So, do you know what the plus minus stat is based off of?
Not exactly.
So, by definition, on, off, or plus minus stat are an advanced stat, but they are something that some bloggers and writers get a hold of, play with, and try to draw a conclusion that shouldn't be drawn. That was a weird thing to include. But it shows net changes in the score when a given player is either on or off the court. So it's supposed to show like a positive impact that they have on game, like how much they score, how much the team overall scores when they're on the court versus when they're off the court.
Okay, so I knew this isn't what it meant, but I always like to imagine that, like, when someone's like a plus 27, it means when they're on the court, they're up 27. But when they're off the court, they're
guaranteed up 27.
Yeah, like I like to think of it in that way. I knew that that's not what it meant, but that's what I like to think of it as.
Do you want to guess who had the best plus minus? So obviously, the higher your plus is, the better.
Can you tell me the team?
Bucks.
Chris Middleton.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday's so good. He was my person that I wanted to win Finals MVP.
I mean,
bro, he wasn't going to.
I'm talking honestly kind of easily. So, put in perspective, I will name some other key players. Chris Paul, minus 1.8.
Oh, that's bad.
Devin Booker, 2. Chris Middleton, 1.2.
That's still low. I've seen, like, plus 27s.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, Finals MVP, plus 5.
That's still low.
Drew Holiday, 6.2.
What about PJ Tucker? I'm genuinely curious.
Minus 0.7. I think he's generally a hyped up Pat Beverly.
Yeah,
I think he's a better Pat Beverly.
He's a Pat Beverly that apparently, allegedly, is better against KD.
Yeah. Yeah, he does good at holding KD under, I guess, 80 points a game. Hats off to PJ Tucker for that. I mean,
KD doesn't drop 60 on him, so good for him.
Yeah, good for him, I guess. I think that's a weird reason to be like, yeah, we have to have him. KD's never scored more than 60 against this guy, so obviously he's got to be a part of our team.
Yeah.
But it worked. They won a finals with this guy, so yeah, Brook Lopez, he's getting a fucking championship ring. So
good for Splash Mountain. I forgot Splash Mountain's getting a ring. Good for him.
So if you want to talk about who did the absolute worst according to plus minus, apparently the game was most negatively impacted by the presence of Cameron Johnson. Not Cameron Payne.
Oh, thank
but
God.
Cameron
Yeah,
Johnson.
that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Cameron Payne is not far behind with a minus 3.5.
Oh, poor Cameron Payne. I love that guy.
Minus 3.5. That's actually the second lowest plus minus. We also have Dario Saric, who had the highest plus minus for the Suns, who absolutely did not score or did anything. He played 2.4 minutes in one game, and he has a plus 4.
Wow.
Oh, wait.
Good for them.
He has 1 rebound.
Wow.
Wait. It's 1 offensive rebound, so... Yeah, he had one rebound.
What I think of
in
getting
2.4 minutes, and
when
he
I think of getting
4.
When I think of getting an offensive rebound, I think of either you're getting fouled or you're going back up with it and getting the points. Like I think of you're like
Oh, I'm assuming he played the last 2.4 minutes of the game, so somebody probably jacked up a shot, he grabbed it, passed it out.
Yeah. But still, in offensive rebound, I think of like, you also have 2 points or at least free throws.
Yeah. So obviously you can't look at the plus minus because at that point, Dario Saric would have been barely under Giannis Antetokounmpo in terms of efficiency. But what do you think? What do you think is next for? Honestly, if you want to look at any of the top 4 of each team, what do you think's next for Chris Paul? What do you think's next for Devin Booker, Chris Middleton, Giannis, Drew? What do you think's next for any of them?
Okay, so I think Devin Booker gets more comfortable in the playoffs.
It's experience. Yeah, he gains a little experience out of this.
He, not as much as someone else, but he seemed like in the later playoffs, like especially the finals, he didn't do as well. He had one phenomenal game.
Yes.
And that's when Chris Paul had the worst game of his fucking career.
Yeah, and he had to step up.
Yeah. So I think that he steps up and he does a little better next year. Maybe not in the regular season. I think in the regular season he maybe does worse, but in the playoffs he does better.
I think he's going to do pretty solid.
I think DeAndre Ayton gets better everywhere. Playoffs,
gets a little more
regular season, everything.
Kind of chalk it up to
he gets better.
Young age. You just, again, tack it on to more experience.
Yeah, and he's also going up against arguably top 2 dominant players ever. Like,
I'll say in the past decade.
Like, he's being compared to Shaq. Like,
Giannis
is.
I think
maybe it's a little early.
Yeah, whatever. I think it's kind of early for Giannis. I mean, don't get me wrong, dude definitely deserves his roses again, but
I'd say any player that I name, stop me if you disagree. I think that Chris Paul stays. Yes. I don't know.
I think he's going to retire here. Not this year, but I think he'll give it one more run. I think. What do you think about the Suns next year? How far do you think they're going to go?
So
we're both thinking that both
fully healthy.
They're all going to stay.
I think the Lakers are better. I think that the Nuggets are better.
Fully healthy.
I
think the Clippers are better. Fully healthy.
So
I think fully healthy. Honestly, at this point, I think the Clippers are the best team in the West.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I never want to bet against like LeBron or.
Yeah, but it's Kawhi, dude. Kawhi's pretty goddamn good when he's actually able to play.
Yeah, but I think that the Suns, depending on who, obviously it really depends on matchups. I think they at least make Final Four as long as they don't get like awful matchups. Say like the Clippers have injuries early on and then late in the season they make it and they're the 7th seed, so they go against the Suns. Like as long as there's not some weird fucking story like that. Like if everyone's staying healthy, normal seeding, I think they make the Final Four.
I think the Suns are getting bounced out the first round next year.
Really?
Yeah, I really do.
I mean, what do you think they're going to land? The 5 seed?
Yeah, and
the 4 or 5. So you're looking at like
a face to like 3 or 4.
So if they're the 5, they face the 6, right?
They'll face the 4. 4 versus 5, 3 versus 6, 2 versus 7, 1 versus 8.
Okay, yeah. So who's landing in that spot?
So I think the top 3, if assumably they're going to be healthy next year,
Lakers,
but I think the top 3
not in the
spots,
order. Lakers, Clippers,
Nuggets,
and then you also have like the
Utah
Jazz. I think they beat the Jazz. I think they beat a fully healthy 100% Jazz team. Jazz were the number 1 seed this year.
Yeah,
I still think they're not as good as the Suns.
I don't know. I think they're getting bounced at the first round because I'm thinking they're going to play like either the Clippers or the Nuggets next year, and I think they're getting bounced.
They don't beat the Clippers. They don't beat the Nuggets. They don't beat a fully healthy Lakers. I have to say fully healthy because if one player's hurt on the Lakers, I think that they're not good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why.
They're not that deep of a roster.
No.
They're really not.
No. So, there's that. I think they beat the Jazz, and I think they beat all those teams unhealthy.
I don't know. Next year, they might not even beat the Jazz.
I take them over the Jazz. I think DeAndre Ayton stepping up.
Yeah.
I think that I don't see Jordan Clarkson making a big of a jump as he did this year. And I don't know. Donovan Mitchell maybe makes that big of a jump, but I
hope he does, man. I really hope he does.
I would rather see Donovan Mitchell make the jump than Chris Paul in his later seasons.
Well, yeah.
But
having said that, I wish Chris Paul would have won. I wish the Suns would have won. I would love to see Chris Paul.
So on the other side of things, Chris Middleton, I think, does either nearly the exact same, maybe like point something better or point something worse, or he does worse.
Yeah,
I don't think that he gets better.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are kind of top, like at the tipping point right now.
I think
they're
Giannis
kind of
get better.
I think the Bucks are at the best they're going to get.
Drew Holiday. Let's go next. Drew Holiday.
Yeah,
I think he's more comfortable in the position he's in.
He's a veteran though, man. I think he's kind of where he's at.
I think he averages maybe a bit more assists. Like I don't see any drastic changes of him either. Giannis is the only player on the Bucks that could have a bigger change. I think Giannis gets better at free throws since he's gotten a little more comfortable, and I think that his
he shot 65% in the finals.
Yeah, he got better.
Yeah.
His points per game, I think, goes up. I don't think that necessarily he's much, much better.
Yeah.
But I think his points per game goes up, and that makes him a better player.
Yeah, I don't know. I think both of them are kind of at their tipping points, not to play devil's advocate, but I think this was kind of a finals based off circumstances. And, we've kind of talked about it before.
I think the Bucks are the second best team in the East.
I don't think with even a mostly healthy Brooklyn Nets, I don't think the Bucks are making it this far. I don't think with a single team that's healthy, like say whether it's the Clippers or the Nuggets, I don't think the Suns are making it this far. Not to
here's something.
It does sound like I'm discrediting them, but I mean it was a weird finals this year. The Bucks deserve their flowers. Chris Middleton. Happy to see him, be able to shine through. Giannis, he finally get approved his namesake, but
yes.
But this was a finals based off circumstances.
Yeah. Here's how I feel about it. If the Nets, let's assume no big trades, no big signings, everything stays the same. If the Nets go against the Bucks, and if KD and Kyrie isn't healthy, if James Harden's hurt, I think it's fine. I think the Nets can win.
KD and Kyrie are healthy. I think you said isn't healthy.
If they are not healthy, I think they lose. Like if one of them aren't healthy.
Oh.
I think Kyrie means more than James Harden on that team.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think if James Harden's hurt, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
They can win.
Yeah.
But I think if KD and Harden are at full health, I think they lose. I think if Kyrie and James Harden are at full health, obviously they lose.
Yeah.
But I think that at least Kyrie and KD have to be at full health.
Yeah, because at that point, it was kind of
discrediting to Harden, but he deserves it.
Yeah. I was saying KD was pretty much by himself because I don't know who the fuck the other bums on the Nets.
Harden was on that team,
but
barely.
He was still injured. He shouldn't have even been playing. They should have let him sit out longer. They thought
he's a bum in the playoffs.
Yeah, well, I guess they assumed that like if he was even able to play, that he'd be good. But you could tell he wasn't 100%.
Yeah,
because he really didn't do anything. But the other fucking bums that they have on the team, I don't even know their names, but holy fuck, was it? It was pretty much like they took a leg and an arm from KD and was like, hey, beat this team that's going to end up winning the championship.
And that's the thing, is that team shouldn't be that bad. You have Joe Harris, who is good.
Bum
in the playoffs. He played like a bum this playoff.
He did.
You have Blake Griffin, who played good the regular season.
Where the fuck was he versus the Bucks?
He did do a little bit of decent defense against Giannis.
Yeah, but you're fucking Blake Griffin.
Not enough.
You're not a role player.
No.
You're a fucking all-star when you're good. Yeah. Like, just be the fucking all-star. Yeah. You accepted the back role.
LaMarcus Aldridge literally almost died.
Demon, yeah.
So, can't blame him.
Somebody with the last name Brown. But he was another fucking bum in that.
The team just... Yeah, they all play like fucking...
The Brooklyn Bums, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was upsetting to see. KD literally gave it what he had. I mean, he fucking tried.
I think if James Harden and KD are 100% health, they lose that finals against the Bucks.
Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy to say. But if KD and Kyrie are at 100%, I think they go to the finals.
I do too. And, I mean, I think they're definitely beating that fucking Suns team.
I do too.
So, I think if Kyrie was healthy this year, that it would be a totally different story. Kyrie and KD would have another ring. James Harden would get his first.
Yeah.
But,
That's not how it works out.
Yeah,
but
and that's not what this is about.
I think that's credit to Giannis. I know that we're kind of about to wrap up the finals talk, but I think that's credit to Giannis to say, like, Giannis has Drew Holiday, who's nowhere near Kyrie. He has Chris Middleton, who's nowhere near James Harden.
Yeah.
But as long as he's playing, that team is just as good as a Nets with one.
Well, I
one
mean,
less
do you
all-star.
want to attribute it to similar to the Nets? Do you think if Chris Middleton would have been injured, they're not
Chris Middleton's backup, who I don't know who it is, but I assume cannot guard James Harden.
no
Drew Holiday can hold
injured.
Kyrie to something.
injured?
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I think
Chris Middleton's backup honestly might be Cameron Payne. I love that guy to death.
Cameron Payne plays for the Suns.
Does he?
Yes.
Oh, for some reason I was thinking he was Bucks. But, yeah. Is it Jeff T? Is he come off the bench that far?
Yeah, he does.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just kind of realized that, holy shit, that's awful. Yeah, Jeff T cannot guard anyone at his 80th year in the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah.
That
I would
dude's
say if Chris Middleton's injured like Kyrie is, and I don't think I think it's the Nets would have won this.
Yeah. If it's Giannis versus KD, I don't think that's a very much of an argument to say that we're going to take KD. And I don't think that many people will be like, "Oh, I'm going to take Giannis." Like that's fucking that's dumb.
Yeah, but Giannis,
Like,
he definitely showed out.
1-for-1 on the roster of Bucks versus Nets is not close.
Yeah,
The Nets are just a better roster.
damn. So between the Antetokounmpos, though, they scored 17.6 points per game.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
To put that in perspective, Giannis had 35.2.
yeah,
And Giannis didn't score a single point in the finals. So it's literally just taking an average.
so
Literally just did 35.2 divided by 2.
here's something that I'm going to say that's very bold. 'Cause I love a hot take. If next year in the finals, one of the big teams that we've named, like the Lakers or the Clippers or whoever, are in the finals, and Katie's Nets are 100% healthy, and Giannis somehow beats both, I put him as a top 3 power forward ever. He's up there with...
Is that his official position as power forward?
I don't think it's small forward.
No, it's not center because Brook Lopez.
Yeah. So I thought that it was power forward. So
Yeah.
I put him up there with Dirk and Tim Duncan. I don't put him over either of them yet, but I will put him as 3.
To me, I don't know. Positions are pretty much just relative to whatever your team you're playing.
He's a small forward plus.
Yeah.
He's the gigantic small forward.
Because like back in the day, you had people that were clearly power forwards. Like no matter where they went, like Tim Duncan, he's always a power forward. Kevin Garnett, always a power forward. Derek Nowitzki, always a power forward.
You did have weird exceptions back in the past, like Magic.
Yeah.
Who could play all 5, but he was a
And he has, yeah.
quote unquote point guard, but
Yeah.
he wasn't really a point guard.
But now it's kind of just wherever you fit in on the roster.
Yeah. It is weird. I think
PJ
Magic,
Tucker, I think, has literally played a center before with the Rockets.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird how that works, but yeah, I mean he is a power forward. So.
You've seen like LeBron bringing up the ball as a small forward, which is what the point guard is supposed to do. So like you do see like weirder positions now.
Yeah,
Like a point forward.
Yeah,
is a word that gets thrown around.
Yeah, I'll say I do think Giannis deserves a lot of credit. I do think in any all-time discussion, whether it's position or just Pure player, I think it's kind of too early to say. He just won his first finals.
Yeah. To put
As
credit,
impressive as it was.
if Chris Paul wins that finals.
Because
If Chris
he has a
Paul-
lot of establishment behind him.
Yeah. But
Giannis
if Chris
doesn't
Paul-
have as much. You know,
He's 26. I mean, he's a
yeah,
young player.
Yeah, so he has more to build up to.
If Chris Paul wins this finals, we probably talk about him as the second best point guard ever.
I don't know. I'd say top 5. Top 5.
Easily top 5,
Yeah.
but arguably second.
Yeah, you're talking about the point god at that point.
We got one more stat before we are done with this conversation.
Sure.
Chris Middleton, games with 29 plus points in the finals
Yeah.
versus LeBron, games with 29 points in his first 3 finals. 15
Okay.
games for LeBron, 6 games for Chris Middleton.
Sure.
Both have 3.
Three.
3 29 plus point games.
Oh, okay.
Kind of crazy. It's kind of a stretch to be like LeBron's first 15 games in the finals. He has 29 or more points.
Yeah,
3
whenever
times.
LeBron was like half the age of Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
Leading
So
a
it's-
team by himself.
Yeah, it's a little different, but
Yeah.
still a crazy stat.
Yeah,
We
it's
should
pretty
give-
crazy fucking stat.
We should definitely give credit to Chris Middleton for
Oh,
just doing what he does.
he definitely deserves credit in this. He averaged 24 points a game in the finals.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, which is, I mean, higher than Chris Paul, a little lower than Devin Booker, who's
Yeah.
scored 28 points a game.
Yeah.
So yeah, not bad. I guess naturally we should roll into Song of the Week with this.
Okay. Mine is. I didn't know if you were about to say yours. Mine is Goodie Bag by Still Woozy.
Oh wow!
I have been loving just their music. They dropped a new song, and it made me want to listen to their older music. Not anything against their new song, but
Yeah.
it's an artist that I don't know many people that know,
Okay.
but I always just really, really like.
Yeah. Always a good vibe.
Yeah.
I will say mine is President Carter by Lil Wayne. And this has been very prevalent on my mind because I've been off of work this week. So I've been going to the gym a lot more. And whenever I go to the gym, my default options when it comes to genres is either rap or satanic heavy metal. And so I was listening to Lil Wayne anyways. But recently, this dirtbag to my left, not Sammy, but over him, he informed me that he doesn't have a single song by Lil Wayne on his phone, which I
Downloaded
thought
on my phone.
downloaded on his phone, which I thought
Yeah.
was pretty fucking wild. And I will be clear that if we was allowed to put any song, that it would be "Rolling in the Deep" by Lil Wayne. Because I have been listening to that song more, but
Yeah,
it's
I
not.
honestly
on,
have too.
Yeah, it's not on streaming services. So I'll just
Yeah.
President Carter's a pretty close second, so it's President
Yeah.
Carter. Crazy.
You know, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You give me so much shit.
What you deserve. You do deserve.
On
You know they're hot takes.
We record on Saturdays. Usually.
Yes.
Try to.
Yeah, kind of.
We actually don't usually record on Saturdays.
it
but
kinda
we
varies.
try to record on Saturdays every Friday at midnight.
Yes.
And is when music drops. Is like when all the new music of the week drops, usually.
Okay.
You give me so much shit for picking a song based on that. Like a new song that drops.
Bro, no.
No.
You're not telling them what happens behind the camera. It will be, we're about to shoot in 5 fucking minutes,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh, I don't know my song of the week. That's why I give you fucking shit.
Yeah.
It's not because you picked it yesterday, it's because you picked it 5 minutes before and you
Yeah.
still don't know.
Yeah.
That's why.
Mine came down to 3 this week.
Okay, what was it?
Good Day. I don't know the exact name of it. Good Day by Ice Cube. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah.
It was a good day.
Well,
I don't know what it
yeah.
is exactly. Stars Are Blind by Paris Hilton, and then Goodie Bag. Those were the 3 songs. No, those were my 3 songs.
So,
Honestly-
shout out to this odd week that you actually had a decent amount prepared.
Yeah.
Because usually I give you
Yes.
shit because 5 minutes you're like, oh, I don't have a song
No,
of the week yet.
you've
Like,
been pissed off about me picking a song that came out yesterday.
I do not get pissed off about
Yeah.
that. I get pissed off because you don't know that it's that until we record.
Yeah,
But a song of the week is supposed to be like a song that...
stood out to me this week. You picked
Not
a song.
5 minutes before.
You picked a song based on yesterday. Because yesterday is when I told you that I don't have a song.
Yes, I've been listening to it heavily since then.
It's not the week. It's one fucking day.
Brenden, it's not a song you listen to every goddamn day. I've known for 5 more fucking minutes than before this podcast was shot, and that's, to me, is where that lies.
That's bullshit. It's no different. No different. To me.
I told you it was going to be a bad week. I had a bad feeling about this fucking podcast. I'm about to fall over in exhaustion. You actually knew the song of the week. You got majority of the coin flips. It's going to fucking shit. This podcast is going to shit before my eyes.
Yeah. Because you don't have full control. And you don't get to bully me for not knowing my song.
Good segue. Speaking of full control.
Okay.
I wanted to talk about the stigma of cults.
They're awful. I don't understand why there's such a bad stigma on cults.
Oh, okay. The stigma is.
The
stigma.
Yeah. I do understand.
You should.
I absolutely.
You very much should.
100% I understand why there's a bad stigma on cults.
Yes.
Let me not discredit that there's been some bad cults.
Been a few bad apples out of the bunch.
But here's the thing. How many cults do you think there are? There's got to be tons.
Statistically, I will say that religions have been a cause for more cause of death than cults have.
Perfect.
So did you have something?
I was going to say.
I
was just going to say that there's definitely more good cults that you don't hear about than bad cults that you do.
Honestly, I don't know about that. I've been
really
trying to. Yeah, I've been actually.
You're trying to look up good cults?
Yeah, because to me, I will read off the definition in a second.
Yeah.
But I think cults get a bad rap because I have, we both have actually thought about starting up a cult. Because to me, the definition of a cult is a bunch of like-minded individuals with a tightly niched organization trying to achieve the same goal.
You ever hear Joe Rogan talk about it? I'm going to butcher this, okay? I'm going to do my best, but I'm going to butcher this. He said a cult is bullshit made up by someone who is still alive. A religion is that person's dead.
So you think Scientology is religion at this point?
No, but that's Joe Rogan's
okay.
He has a full,
so based off what he's saying,
that's a full.
We're not saying Scientology is a cult.
Scientology is a cult, but
no, we're not saying that. I can't say that, Brenden.
Can we not say that?
No. South Park was scared to say it.
Really?
So I'm not going to fucking say it.
Fine, I didn't say it.
Yeah, I'm not going to fucking say that either.
I heavily think it, but I didn't say it.
I will insist that it is, but I am making no claims.
Yeah.
That religion is bullshit.
Yeah.
Or a cult. But
so what is the definition of a cult?
So the true definition of a cult, it kind of doesn't line up with my whole thing. Is a group of like-minded individuals achieving
just a bunch
a goal.
of guys wanting to hang out.
Yeah, because I was just like, dude, what would be so wrong about me building up an old farmhouse, having some of my buddies stay over? We're all towards the goal of just chilling the fuck out. That's our whole thing.
Yeah.
But that's not what a cult is.
Okay, what is a cult?
So
By definition.
There is one thing that's particularly wrong with what I just said. It's not just like-minded individuals. A system of religious veneration. I don't know what veneration is.
Keep going.
And devotion directed, and here's the kicker, directed towards a particular figure or object. So kind of what you're saying that Joe Rogan said.
Okay.
So what if I am...
There needs to be... Someone needs to believe in someone. So if you say... all right, so we're going to...
What if I'm the leader of chilling the fuck out?
Yeah,
what if I'm
that's what I
the
was saying.
figure of chilling the fuck out?
If you think that truly if happiness comes from just chilling out...
And I don't mean it in a
hanging
hippie
out with
way.
friends. Yeah, but hanging out with friends at a farmhouse, that is where happiness comes from. You believe that is true. If people look up to you for those beliefs, that's a cult. And that's fine. That's a great cult.
I have made a tweet before that said, I was thinking about making a cult. Who'd be interested? I did have 14 people like it. So, I don't know what the minimum requirement for a cult is, but I do maybe have 14.
I think 2.
One other, right? Yeah, they've
Yeah,
got to be one
I
other
say 2.
person.
Yeah,
me
that's why-
just jacking off to myself in the mirror.
That's why I said 1. I was like 1, like 2. That's why
Yeah.
I had to clarify. Yeah, 1 other.
I think mine would kind of be based off of just kind of hanging out and minding your own business.
Yeah,
You
that's
know?
a good cult.
Yeah,
I don't know what mine would be. That's why I haven't started one yet.
I really like minding my own business. You know, I don't do it all the time. So maybe
Sure.
I'm not the deity of minding your own business, but
Who is the deity of minding your own business?
It's me. Because whenever people call me out for not minding my own business, I'm like, I get it. You know, like, I do think it's me. I do think I am someone to worship in a cult. Now, do I think I'm that charismatic? Yes. And hear me out. I think...
That really caught me off guard.
Exactly. The Church of Misdirection. I love misdirection. I think I could. I think I am. I'm not gonna lie. At the level that I think, I wouldn't necessarily promote it. But if some people came up to me and was like, "Roy, we worship you," I'd be like, "Okay,
Neat.
I get it."
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I get it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe I don't live like a lavish lifestyle, but I think I live a pretty neat, humble, hermit-like lifestyle. And if people worship that, I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, that's neat. Why don't we go buy a farm together and we'll live there?
Yeah.
So you don't know what yours would be based off of?
No. If I knew what it was going to be based off of, I'd already started it.
Yeah, like long legs and mullets.
Yeah. I don't want to do that.
Would you have a dress code? Because you see a lot of them that's just like the plain white.
The Kanye cult, that
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah, cool, whatever.
it was very cult-like.
It's very cold, like
Yeah.
And it's, yeah.
Everyone had to dress in all white.
Yes.
They had to come and sing about God.
Yes.
Which, can you start a cult based on a religion?
No, honestly, because you're pretty fucking stupid if you do. Mm-hmm. Because cults are not tax exempt, while religions are. So if you start up a cult based off of religion, you're just kind of a fucking idiot.
Yeah, you're just starting a religion not on tax benefits.
Yeah, yeah. So you're kind of fucking stupid at that point.
But I guess you could.
You could if you're stupid.
Yeah,
or a fucking multi-millionaire who doesn't really care about the tax benefits of that and just wants to get a group of cool individuals together and Now, I think that's the problem, is that we would definitely get some bad eggs in a cult.
Can you
because of the word cult?
Can you reject someone in a cult?
Me personally, yes, because I am the deity. I could be like, you don't seem like you're minding your own business. You're asking a lot of questions.
Yeah.
You're killing cats in here, and that's not cool, man. That's not what this cult's about. That's a different cult.
So here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you seen someone in your cult, which your cult's based on minding your own business, if you seen someone in your cult killing cats, being a piece of shit...
Ooh, I think I know where you're going. That's a conflict of interest.
You're not minding your own business.
Oh, wow.
So, do you mind your own business, or... do you kick them out of the cult?
And that's where things get political. Because then I have to start putting accept rules, and I'm like, well, you can mind your own business except when it harms the lives of others.
Yeah,
but
and then now you're cutting hairs.
But what if I just kick him out for being a fucking weirdo? What if I don't get into details of like, I'm not going to tell you why I'm kicking you out because it's not my business, but you're a fucking weirdo, Jeff, and you're out of here.
Yeah, it's your cult. I mean, you just got to put that in the contract, in the pamphlet.
Yeah,
the cult pamphlet.
I would definitely abuse my power. Did you ever watch that Netflix documentary that they had about the?
Probably not.
It's going to sound completely racist because it's like an Indian cult. I think it's like a hashish or whatever, but I don't think that's what it was. It just sounded right.
No.
So there was this cult in India.
Yeah. The only cults I know is like Manson.
Yes.
And like Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, like the Jim Jones shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like this cult legitimately formed in India, and they was like, all right, I think it would be beneficial for our cult, like tax purpose wise, like if we started up, if we formed a branch in America. So they moved over to America, and they found this small town in Oregon if I'm stating it correctly. And they pretty much took over that town. It was a small town, and eventually the people that lived there, they was like, it's nothing but this cult, so I'm moving out. And there were some people that stood their ground, but they started to become the police officers in the town, running for they owned that town.
How? Like, how do you just take?
It was a small town.
I know, but still, like, Shepherd was a small town.
No, I'm talking a smaller town.
I get that.
This was a small town to where they went there, and that the fact that so many of them went there was already more of them than people who was born there. So anything that comes to a vote, they're going to win.
Yeah, they win
because that's their cult.
That makes sense.
They was voting out everybody.
Yeah. I was going to say, like, how do you think that, as a cult, do you just take over a town? But that's a very
good point.
That's a very easy way to do it.
Yeah, there's just more of them, so they was just voting out people.
Start a cult. If you have 15, go to a town that has 14 people. Like, just go to a town that has less.
And make sure you vote. You know, you don't want to get... Well, everybody in minds their own business.
So,
I don't know. When it comes to devotion, there might be a problem in my cult. Because people mind their own business.
Yeah.
You know, so maybe people that mind their own business isn't the best for a cult.
You don't think so?
Well, that you want to, if you want to take over a town. Yeah, but if you don't care to take over a town, then I think
it's great.
I think my cult's a pretty neat place to go. It's a bunch of people who mind their own business. Mm-hmm. I could see that being a problem, though. Mm-hmm. I could see it being a big problem. Because I think the wrong people are going to be drawn to it if I say we mind our own business and we don't judge. But I think people. But I think people are going to come there. They're going to murder cats. They're going to be banging their brothers and stuff. And you're just going to be like, at some point I got to mind my own business. I mean, not mind my own business. You know,
you got to mind someone else's business.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's the problem.
I need to find some other way for people to worship me.
Yeah. Yeah. You need to find your thing.
I don't know what else I got that's worship worthy though.
Mm-hmm. If I knew mine, I'd have a cult already. So
I'm getting some.
I ain't got nothing.
I'm building up my calves. Just a whole cult.
A cult of bodybuilders?
No.
Is the most terrifying cult.
No. I do not want them. I do not want a cult of meatheads. I want a cult based around my calves.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's already got a meathead cult.
He does. Yeah, he really does. I'm trying to look at the other definitions of cults, like a relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister.
So, if you have a strange religious belief and there's more than one of you.
And it's not already bound to a specific religion.
Yeah.
Or a misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. That's my cult. That's my definition of a cult. Yeah, a misplaced or excessive admiration. I want people to look at a particular part of me and be like, this is cult worthy.
Yeah.
I think I could get enough people. Yeah.
Only one way to find out.
The Cult of Roy.
What'd you call it?
Core? Core? No, that just sounds like a bodybuilder thing. God damn
Dude,
it.
Your bodybuilder cult is going crazy.
And I can't be the shape I'm in and me start a bodybuilding cult. I have to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger 30 years ago to start a...
You gotta start doing steroids if you want to start the core cult.
I didn't know there was going to be this much pressure on me to start a cult.
Yeah. That's what it is.
There's a lot of sub things for cults too. Believe it or not, it's not that simple.
Sub cults?
Well, because I wanted to know if there was more... If there was a good side of cults. If there was a cult that went out there and did community service, or a cult that was based around on... I think I'm getting clubs and cults mixed up.
Here's something. Mm-hmm. You could start a cult that you believe in Mother Nature. And all you do is help the environment.
But who's the particular person or thing?
Mother Nature.
That's the very non-particular person. It's me. I'm Mother Nature.
Mother Nature.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Brenden.
Yeah.
I found it.
That's got to be like the easiest good cult to start.
Dude, they are going to put the fucking guillotine on me when they figure out that I don't always use reusable bags at Kroger. When I'm Mother Nature.
When they find out that when you're done with McDonald's, you just throw the bag out.
Or the fact they even go to McDonald's.
Yeah,
that's a very non-Mother Nature thing to do.
Yeah.
I probably impact the world so much negatively just sitting in a
that
drive
cult's got
thru
to
at
be so
McDonald's.
easy. That's got to be such an easy cult to start. Because then you just go like...
As a man?
Maybe not. But like, you have to attract like all the vegans that like do that for animal rights.
I think there are vegan cults.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. Again, this is not the only time in life that I've said it. But in specifically this scenario, I think my life would be so much better if I was just a fucking hot-ass female. I think we would be doing a lot better as far as this podcast is concerned if I was a hot-ass female.
Yeah. By the way, we're at 55 subscribers.
We are at 55.
So we're 18% to our first goal.
But you reverse those numbers, and that's what it'd be if I was a hot-ass female. It'd be 81%.
Yeah.
I was going to say at 55, but it's still 55 if you reverse those numbers. But, yeah, I think so much of my life would be better if I was a hot-ass female. You know, argue with me if you want. But at that point, I could legitimately call myself Mother Nature.
Yeah.
But now I'm just some, like, cross-dressing weirdo who wants people to...
Your Father Nature? That's weird.
No, it's Mother Nature and then Father Time. Like,
yeah,
I think
but
they're
still
two banging. Yeah, be right. And that's where you hear Father is like Father Time and then Mother Nature, and I'm assuming they're banging. Do you want to be my Father Time? I don't know why it has to be you. I mean, I have a girlfriend, but
yeah, I don't know why you're asking me to bang you, but
would I be Father Time out of us two, and you be Mother Nature?
I would. I'm definitely more feminine, so I'm definitely Mother Nature.
Okay.
I'm literally wearing a sunflower tie-dye shirt.
Is that a sunflower?
It's supposed to be.
Yeah. I just thought it was like a piss ring.
Yeah, that too. What's the difference?
Yeah, you do have better legs. I will give you that. Mine's more of a girthier leg.
Yeah.
Which I don't attribute to Mother Nature.
I am jealous. I'm working on my legs a lot.
Dude, I've been trying to, but I feel pretty good with most things, except my speech. I feel good about most things, but my calves are not where I want them to be.
No.
You know? Dude, speaking of that, did I tell you, something I did not expect, I actually had to say something to an old man staring at me in the gym.
Really?
Yes.
Dude, I actually almost said something to... There was a girl who dropped a bunch of weight. I think on, like, leg press. Like, she couldn't push it up, and it dropped.
Ooh.
And these two guys were, like, laughing and, like, kind of... Or, like, looking and kind of laughing. And, like...
Yeah. Were they big?
They weren't, like, bodybuilder big.
I would have said something.
Yeah. But, like, they kind of just, like, looked and, like, kind of, like, chuckled and then, like, turned away. Because I guess they understood that, like, what they did was bad. So I was like, all right, whatever. But, like, if they would have, like, pointed and light, I was like, hey, shut the fuck up. Like...
Yeah. Did she, like, get hurt
no.
out of that?
No, she just went and got someone, and then they had to lift the weights up.
Oh, she didn't, like, just take the weights off, and then... this is weird.
I don't know.
But no, like, I've seen...
Like, that's the only, like, weird confrontation I've had at, like, the gym.
There was this one girl she was pretty big. She had, like, she had a 45 on each side. So...
Not terrible.
It was the free weights, too, so I guess that'd be, like, 185 pounds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not bad weight.
Yeah.
And she was benching, and her husband or boyfriend or whatever, he was like a twink. He was like a little bitty old guy. And she was benching, and he was just like, you know, holding, you know, just like kind of lightly holding it. And she goes to rack it, misses. She misses the fucking rack.
I've heard of so many stories of people missing. How?
I don't know how
It's so crazy.
I don't know how that happens. But she missed it, comes straight down, bounces off her fucking skull. I'm sitting there doing curls in the mirror, and I just see it just... I don't know why I did that. Ooh, I know she fell. But no, it fucking bounces off her skull because her weak little twink husband couldn't catch it.
Oh my
God. And
God.
he just stares at her, and she stands up and goes... And they just leave. I'm assuming they immediately go to the hospital, but I go, oh shit. And just keep curling. I was like, what am I supposed to do? You know?
What about the person staring at you at the gym?
Oh, yeah, the old dude.
Yeah.
So last week at the gym, I was, okay, so this older guy, he was walking on the treadmill, and he was completely, like, turned. Like, to the side, like, very overtly staring at something.
Yeah.
And I was working out, and I was like, I'm wearing a kind of a tighter shirt, and I was wearing my Captain America shirt. And I was like, okay, I get it if you're staring at me.
I'm wearing tighter pants.
I am starting up a cult. You know, I get it. I think I am worth staring at, my Captain America shirt. But, he was staring, and I was like, maybe it's not towards me. And then I looked behind me, and there was this girl working out, and I was like, okay, he's just probably being fucking creepy, just staring at this girl.
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything. I was like, it's pretty weird, because, I felt like I made eye contact with him. I was like, even if he's not staring at me, he should know. Yeah, I see he's being very creepy and look away from me.
Yeah.
So whatever, I get done with that workout. I go to the next workout, which is not in front of him, but it's kind of diagonal and to the left. And again, me and him make eye contact. This time, I keep eye contact with him for about 5 seconds before he turns. And I was like, this is weird.
Yeah.
I was like, do I know this guy? Or I was like, maybe he thinks he notices me. It was honestly getting to the point where I was going to ask the staff if there was something wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
Because, it's an older guy. I didn't want to be a dick and be like, hey, what the fuck are you staring at?
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask the staff, hey, is there something wrong with this guy? He keeps fucking looking at me, Mm-hmm. And then I go back to where I'm kind of behind him, and me and him lock eyes again. It's very clear at this point he's staring at me. It's not that girl. Yeah. It's me. And so I actually had to look at him, and I took off my headphone, and I was like, what the fuck are you looking at?
Yeah.
And that's not usually my style.
Yeah. No.
I'm a lot more of a passive guy. I mind my own fucking business. But at this point, it's very clear he wasn't minding his own business.
Yeah.
So I had to tell this old fucker, I was like, dude, what the fuck are you staring at? And at that point, I didn't have any more problem with them. But I don't like being that level confrontational until I know all the ins and outs. Because, who knows, maybe there was something wrong with that guy. Maybe he actually did. Maybe I just, kind of punked out an old retarded guy.
Yeah.
But it reminds me too much of my dad doing stuff like that. Because, I've been to restaurants with my dad, and, there will be, I'll use Denny's as an example. Mm-hmm. We'll be sitting at a booth, and there'll be another couple the next booth over. Yeah, and they're straight across from each other. There's really nowhere else to look except straight sometimes, unless you're just kind of purposely staring away. Yeah, and my dad will lock eyes with the person across at the next booth for 2 seconds. He'll go, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up, man." I was like, it was 2 goddamn seconds. I was like,
the motherfucker said, off? "What the fuck?" Just
say, "Hey man, do you know where the bathroom? What the fuck are you looking at?" And I'm like, "Dude, it's been 2 seconds. How are you this mad all the fucking time?"
1, 2. What the fuck are you looking at?
I know. I was like, God damn it, dude. I can't fucking go anywhere with this guy. So we was actually talking about cults before this, right?
Yeah.
So I did do a little bit more research because I didn't want it to just be. Because genuinely, all jokes aside, I would love to have a cult one day. I would love to own a cult or whatever that...
Having people follow you would be cool. In general.
Yeah, I would... Yeah. even if it's just because they think I'm just like a pretty fucking gnarly guy. You know, I think that'd be pretty cool to just be like, yeah, we're with you, buddy. You want us to drink some Kool-Aid? We'll drink some fucking Kool-Aid. It's up to you, guy. But...
hope it's not poison.
So I try to look up, good cults. Mm-hmm. And it is kind of wild because I went on, do you know what Quora is?
Yeah.
It's where you just ask questions and shit. And
it's where I find a lot of answers, but I don't know it for anything else.
Yes.
I don't know if it is anything else.
That's what I know.
Yeah.
I'm using it as a cult.
Finder?
I guess, encyclopedia.
Yeah.
But this one person asked, is there a good kind of cult? And that's kind of what I was wondering, because anytime you hear about cults, they're always just bad.
Yeah.
And this person is, he posted this in 2018. He says, as my credential shows, I am currently a member of a cult. Our cult is simple. We believe in 100 gods, all taken from various religions, starting from the beginning of time to our current day. And yeah, he says like stuff like we're not militant, firearms are not permitted on cult grounds, so already takes away some of the stigma.
Yeah.
Many of our members volunteer because the religious leaders of the undersects make their own doctrines for members to follow. So it's pretty, I mean, it sounds pretty straightforward, but like to me, like I think what would be most beneficial is like you could reel in a lot of losers into a cult, you know? Like a lot of people that don't have like social, you know, like any social interaction with other people. I think like during the quarantine, or maybe a little post-quarantine, I think that'd be a hell of a time to start a fucking cult. Yeah. Because a lot of people may have lost their social circle, or it's lowered a lot. So maybe starting one with the promise of like, you know, it's just a bunch of people. We live together, you know. You're kind of forced to be social. You're forced to be in a social interaction with people because it, again, at the end of the day, it is a cult. Yeah. So I think
here's something weird. There are other people thinking, like, is there good cults? Yes. And you not only have to be like, yeah, I'm part of a cult. Here's everything good we do. Like, isn't that crazy? But, like, a bad cult is just like, here's what we believe. And that's it. Yeah. Well, yeah. Like, think about, like, that's just how bad that stigma is. Like, a bad cult can be like, we believe in this, and that's enough for people to join. Versus a good cult is, here's everything we do good for society. Yes. And here's everything that we do to keep things from being bad.
Yeah, and some of my favorite... this is a weird title that this person has, but this is also from Quora, and it's from a former psychiatric technician. I didn't know you could be a technician of psychiatry, but I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah. She talks about the positives of cults. And she talks about you don't have to be troubled with questions, logic, reasoning, or critical thinking. Cults will tell you what to think and believe. Remember, the questions and doubts are of the devil.
Wow, that's actually kind of a neat way to think about it.
You never feel alone because again, like just what I just said. They she says cults often use a buddy system and watch each other carefully to make sure that no one wanders off or is alone. Yeah. Or is left to their own devices. Okay, that gets a little invasive. Yeah. So that's when it gets a little more real life cultish sounding. You don't have to worry about making friends again. You no longer have to concern yourself about politics, popular culture, or what's going on in the outside world. If there is some news that directly pertains to the cult, your leader will inform you. The world... Oh, okay, this jumps. The world is going to end, and all the unbelievers are going to perish in hell anyways. You have much more important things to focus on by serving God and promoting the cult's mission.
Okay.
That kind of just sounds like religion, right? Yeah. Not a big knock to certain religions, but to me that kind of just sounds like religion.
I mean, that's kind of what a cult's supposed to be. Is like
without the tax write-off.
Yeah, cult is supposed to just be like the early stages of religion. Should be. Not always.
Yeah.
That comes off...
sounds a little more cultish than I'd like to...
Yeah. I wanted to come off more clubbish.
Yeah, like a fun country club.
Yeah.
You know?
Why can't I call a club a cult?
Yeah. Like the cool kids cult.
No, not that one. Any other one.
The cool kids club. You don't have to worry what to do in your life. You are blessed and I feel like this person is just trying to reel people into a cult. You are blessed and privileged to be a member of this elite organization of God's chosen people. You no longer live for your own selfish pursuits and desires. You have given your life to God and now serve Him through. And see, this is sounding a little bit bad, but remember, you're reading this through what I'm saying, and to me, this sounds perfect, because to me, in my cult, I am this god.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fucking great for me.
Yeah.
All these people are just like, hey, what are your political views? I'm like, I don't really keep up with politics. And they're like, okay.
That's our god.
Are we Democratic or Republicans? I don't know. Just don't fly any Trump flags. I don't care.
Even if you support Trump, fine. That's cool. Just don't put the fucking flags out. And they're like, all right.
Okay. Just don't be a dick about it, Just whatever you do, just don't be a dick about it. I think that's pretty fucking... You will no longer suffer from the temptations of drugs, alcohol, promiscuous sex, or other vices and bad habits. None of that will be available in the cult. Shout out to Roy's Mother Nature cult, because all of that will be permitted. And honestly, it will be encouraged in this.
You can do drugs. You can,
alcohol.
You can fuck.
You can do all this stuff promiscuously.
Yeah.
I am basically wanting to run a brothel. I think the more I go into this, I thought
I wanted a cult. Then I thought I wanted a club. But now I want a brothel.
I want to be a manager at a brothel is what I'm really thinking. You no longer have to worry about working for a living, or paying bills, or sticking to a budget, or doing taxes.
Because you're part of a brothel.
Or anything cumbersome like that. You will no longer have any of your own money. You can trust your leaders to handle all the financial needs and dealings of the cult. That's actually very true, because Tom Cruise gives so much money to, I will not say a cult, but I will say to Scientology. Did you ever hear about that case of oh fuck, her name is she have you ever seen Kings and Queens?
Kings and Queens.
Yes, it's Kevin James, the bigger dude.
Yeah.
His wife in that. It was actually on Joe Rogan when she talks about it. She talked about it multiple other times, but I don't know her name.
Yeah.
She was in Scientology, and she openly says it's a cult. And her whole life, like even going through Kings and Queens.
Apparently, we do not say it's a cult.
Yes, we do not. We personally do not. We do not have that much pull in cults. But she openly claims that as a cult now, because she, even through filming Kings of Queens, she was a dedicated Scientologist. And she renounced that, and they, took her basically and shipped her to Florida to be interrogated. And because she was speaking out against Tom Cruise and stuff, who she said when you donate as much money as Tom Cruise does and are as big of a name as Tom Cruise is, especially attached to Scientology, you're pretty much God in that religion.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was speaking out against people like Tom Cruise, and so they was they pretty much, she said they pretty much held her there until she said she wouldn't say anything again.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So that's why I say I don't claim, because I don't want to spend any time in Florida that I don't have to. I'm not worried about what they would do or might tell me or what Tom Cruise could do to me. I could beat the dog shit out of Tom Cruise. Is he a good fighter? He's 5'2".
He might be.
He's 5'2".
It doesn't matter.
He's 5'2", dude. Yeah. I'm kicking the shit out of him.
Yeah, you're
over
a foot tall.
I will deliver a swift shin kick, and I will kick his temple clean off. Promise. So I'm not worried about Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend time in Florida. Genuinely a big concern of mine at any point in my life.
Yeah.
And as a cult leader, I feel like I shouldn't have to. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff basically saying you don't have to be distracted or concerned about anything. It honestly is kind of sounding like communism with a few extra steps.
Yeah. And
you don't get tax benefits for being this kind of communist. But, yeah, it's basically saying hey, have you ever been worried about making a decision? Not anymore.
No. Don't be.
You don't make any now.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, I don't know.
Cults have a bad stigma to them. Even though we did not help them here at the end of this conversation.
Specifically this person.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, one more.
Okay.
Once your baby is born, you will be breastfeeding, but won't have to be bothered by spending a lot of time with the baby.
Because everybody's worried about that when they have babies. They're like, I want to have a baby. I want it to suck on my tit, but I don't want to have a baby.
There are nursery workers to take care of the infants and toddlers. Children are viewed as the property of the whole cult. You needn't worry about how you're going to raise a child, because the cult will ensure you that your child gets all the proper indoctrination into the cult belief system.
Okay, that's not too good.
No, that's not too good. That post got 2.6 thousand views and got 7 upvotes. So
holy shit.
Yeah, she went in on that too. Her name's Penny.
Yeah, let's not call her out.
Her name's Penny.
Okay.
You want to see Penny?
I just seen her. Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. I might have a rating system in my cult.
If you look like Penny, I don't think you're getting in my cult.
You gotta at least be like
a 7? I don't know. There's some pretty fun people that I think would be fun in cults that are like 6s. Like,
what's the lowest? 6?
Yeah, you can't be that fun if you're that ugly.
Yeah.
You know, if you're below a 6 and you're fun, then you're just ugly. You know, like you're just.
Yeah.
But yeah, you got to be funny with some punch. You know, not in bad context. I probably shouldn't use the word punch in the context of cults.
R.I.P. to those almost 1,000 people.
Fucking Heaven's Gate.
Yeah, Penny. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm making them.
You might be essentially the Kevin Garnett of cults with your experience, but you're not cracking it on my team, buddy.
No.
Or this club.
Mm-hmm. Or brothel.
I will actually encourage the fact that nobody has kids. Because I know if I have a clubhouse, which I will call it at this point, I don't want any fucking kids.
A cold house.
Not a clubhouse.
A brothel house.
I will get shut down so fucking fast if you call it either of those things. Yeah, just a Mother Nature clubhouse.
Yeah.
Penny is not making it.
Hell no.
It is funny because she has 842 followers on here. I wonder if that sticks out to her. I
want to ask her a question. Because you can ask questions.
What are you going to ask her? Type up a question. Ask her anything.
What would be a good question to ask Penny? You got to think this is a veteran cult leader. Not leader. I would say a veteran cultist.
Yes.
What do you ask her?
Ask her, what's the difference between a cult and a club?
Okay. Yeah.
What's the difference between a cult, a club, and a brothel?
Okay, you have to start off with what, how, or why.
Yeah, what?
I'll say, yeah, what?
What is the difference between a cult, a club, and a brothel?
It sounds like I'm setting up a joke.
That's fine. Why did the chicken...
A cult leader walked into a bar.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Alright, so we're hitting very experienced cultist Penny with the age-old question of...
Cult leader Penny here. Cult, club, and religion.
Hopefully next week we'll tell you what Penny says on the reply back.
What is the difference between a cult, club, and religion?
And brothel.
Future cult leader here. And I need to know what to tell my followers. Thank you, Miss or Mrs.
Is it kind of unfair to assume she's single? I think
she's single. She was talking about how you can't have sex.
Yeah, I'll just say thank you, Penny. Truly yours, Mother Nature.
And Father Time.
That's just gay, Brenden. Okay, so what is the difference between a cult, club, and religion? Future cult leader here. I put header. Future cult header.
Future.
Oh, I know what I meant to say. Here.
Yeah.
I put
just
leader
said that.
header. Future cult leader here, and I need to know what to tell my followers. Thank you, Penny. Truly yours, Mother Nature.
There you go.
Double check your question. Damn, I had a lot of typos.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Maybe that should be my cult.
All right, what's next on the topics?
I don't know, man. I'm just really excited about hearing back from her about that.
Yeah.
But, I'm pretty excited. She could actually help start up a cult for me. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah.
What if she could be my VP? Somebody that's got...
You just said you don't allow anything less than a 6.
But, dude, vice presidents are usually kind of ugly. You know? Like, we've had some decent-looking presidents. Like, VPs, maybe not always so interesting-looking, you know? So maybe that would make me look even better if Penny, a clear 4, is my vice president. So I'm actually kind of excited. I think there's a lot of possibilities opening up for Mother Nature over here.
Yeah.
Okay, so something we addressed is people who, specifically artists who do not like something from their discography.
Yes.
Whether that be just old music they wrote, their hit that made it, or albums or whatever.
Yeah.
And you actually have a couple of examples, don't you?
Okay, so the ones that I think of, and this is just because of the songs that I like,
Yes.
is like Tyler with Yonkers,
Yes.
which you just informed me of. This one is Harry Styles with Watermelon Sugar.
Yes.
And Schoolboy with Overtime. These are 3 songs that I've heard the artists say that they don't like, but I love these songs. And so I kind of wondered, is there any songs that an artist hates that you also hate? Because I don't think that happens a lot.
And I would say for me, it usually heartbreaks. It usually leads to heartbreak to me to hear that an artist hates like what usually is one of their most popular songs. But I usually do appreciate when an artist says that, because to me that shows like signs of true artistry.
Yeah.
It's because they've either grown or they've done stuff better that meant more to them, to where they can acknowledge that they wasn't truly doing this song. You know, like it was kind of a throwaway song or whatever.
Yeah.
So it has inspired us to look up stuff and just artists not liking songs of theirs, like, you know, something popular from the discography. And something that stood out, that loudwire.com post is the very first one on the article, but songs that artists don't like from theirs is number 1 that pops up is Nirvana, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Oh, that's crazy.
So it goes on to say, undoubtedly one of the greatest and most popular rock anthems of all time. True.
Yeah.
Smells Like Teen Spirit eventually disappeared from Nirvana's set list after Kurt Cobain grew tired of the song. And again, in true hipster notion, the track's popularity ruined Teen Spirit for the Nirvana's frontman, who believed it had become authentical to Cobain's goals as a songwriter. I can barely get through Teen Spirit. I literally want to throw my guitar down and walk away, Cobain said.
I don't agree, but...
So maybe that's what
crazy.
kind of Yonkers is to Tyler, where he's sick of people wanting to hear that, and he's just like, dude, I've done other shit. Like,
I've done better stuff. Like, why is this the song? Yeah, I get why he doesn't like it, but at the same time, like, it's so good.
Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. What was said? Robert Plant, lead singer of Led Zeppelin, grew to dislike Stairway to Heaven. More specifically, Plant believed the song's instrumental sections were top-notch, but found that he could no longer relate to abstract lyrics. I'd break out in hives if I had to sing that song in every show.
That just sounds like he's gotten to, like, older to the point where like that's not the song he agrees with.
Yeah, where he
anymore.
just doesn't personally relate to that anymore.
Yeah, I
You
don't
know?
think that that's as bad.
Yeah, Teen Spirit is kind of crazy because that's like from their best album.
Yeah,
You know?
it's on. I mean, it's on their greatest hits, which I guess Stairway to Heaven is too. But
Yeah.
still,
So, when you think of Radiohead, what do you think of?
Karma Police or
More popular.
Radiohead. Oh my god, I can't think of it.
You know it.
I know, but I'm only thinking of OK Computer.
But I'm
Yeah, Creep.
Yeah, I'm creepy.
Yeah.
So, that's the song they denounce.
Yeah, which
Go-
makes sense.
Going to a Radiohead show, you can finally hear Creep live. Better get a refund on that ticket. Creep has been played live sparingly since 1998, with frontman Thom Yorke once yelling "fuck off, we're tired of it" after
Yeah.
a fan requested Creep at a Montreal show.
Here's the thing. I think there's another reason, and I showed you this. Creep kind of sucks live.
Oh,
The guitar hit doesn't hit live.
yeah,
It was,
yeah.
I'm assuming, very edited.
Yeah.
Because the way if you know Creep, you know the dunna, and that sounds like shit live.
Yeah.
Like, at least from Radiohead's lives, a lot of times.
yeah.
So-
Maybe it doesn't translate as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that's personally why.
I don't either, but
Because I'm assuming that's not the one they worst perform live, and they're just like, no, can't do it.
yeah.
Do you know the song Cherry Pie? You may not
Yeah.
know from Who It's By Warrant,
No, I
but
wouldn't have.
it's their big song.
Yeah.
Warrant will always be remembered for Cherry Pie, but singer Janie Lane denounced his own hit song. "I had no intention of writing that song," Lane once said. "I could shoot myself in the head for writing that song."
That's disrespectful to himself.
Crazy, right?
If you're a one-hit wonder
Yeah, and that's what it is.
and you don't like your one hit, shut the fuck up and get over it.
Yeah, like, bro, like, just appreciate it.
I'm not
you know?
gonna like discredit them. I bet they have good songs. I really do. I don't know them. I bet if I went through their discography, I might actually like a song more than that.
Yeah.
But you have to give credit to the song that at least put you on the map, especially if you've never had a song that does nearly as well.
Yeah.
If you-
I don't know who the fuck Warren is outside of
Yeah.
Cherry Pie.
So I'll go back to like Tyler. Yonkers, you could say Boredom probably did better, and if not, it's really, really fucking close. And
Yeah.
so like him being like, I don't like that song, it makes sense. But if you have one song that's ever been successful, shut the fuck up about not liking that song.
Yeah. That's your thing. Deal with it, you know?
That's you now.
Yeah, people would kill to have a song that hit that levels, and you're just
Yeah.
being a bitch about it.
Yeah.
It's whatever. Do you want to know what Lord said about Royals?
Does she not like it?
I listen to people covering the song and putting their own spin on it, and I listen to it in every single form except the original one I put out, and I realized that actually it sounds horrible.
Wow.
It sounds like a ringtone from a 2006 Nokia. None of the melodies are cool or good. It's disastrous, awful, but for the same reason in the context of the way I released it, it just worked.
Look, I'm someone who doesn't give that song a lot of credit, especially on like our brackets. I kind of vote against it a lot. It's still a good song, but I did it before too.
Yeah.
But like, it's still a good song.
Yeah.
Like even if I don't love the song anymore, it's not a bad song, and it's not generic and shitty.
Yeah. It's just crazy to hear Lord say that.
Yeah,
You know? I don't know. It's kind of heartbreaking, honestly. I didn't know she felt that way about
I
that.
didn't either. That one's surprising to me.
Yeah. It also kind of broke my heart a little bit in Tyler's new album, wherein he was talking about that's why Cherry Bomb sounded so shifty. He didn't say shitty. He pretty much did. But he just said shifty. He says, that's the reason Cherry Bomb sounded so shifty. And I was like, man, I like it. He was being experimental.
I actually went back and listened to all of Tyler's albums, and the two albums I enjoyed the most was Igor and Cherry Bomb.
Man, you're chock full of bad opinions today. We did, also, you did play Smuckers earlier when we was in the car, so that doesn't surprise me too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's a good album.
Yeah.
But
I don't think Cherry Bomb's the second best album, but
Okay.
is still the one that I have the most fun with.
Just like I have a whole lot of fun listening to Yeezus. It's not my favorite.
Yeah.
It's not my favorite Kanye album, but it's probably one I have the most fun with.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking... It's really fucking fun. So, outside of Giannis, outside of Colts, outside of One Hit Wonders, there is actually one more thing I want to talk about. We talked about it a little bit in the our over-under, but made me think about it more.
Yeah.
But I guess broad strokes. Have you ever been with a woman that you think is not telling you exactly how attractive she thinks some celebrities are? Like, kind of sparingly? Because I'll give you an example. My girlfriend, I think she thinks that, like, Harry Styles and Johnny Depp are really good looking, and I agree. And she'll say, you know, like, Chris Hemsworth is good looking. I'm like, yeah. But then she'll tell me people like Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio she thinks isn't good looking. I'm like, why are you lying to me about this?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know I'm not going to be upset about this, right? And she's like, no. She's like, I just don't think they're good looking people. I was like, there's no fucking way. Like, Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
You don't think Brad Pitt's good looking? And I don't know. I get genuinely offended.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, you sit here and you tell me that I'm good looking, but you're going to tell me you don't think Brad Pitt's good looking? Like, there's something wrong there. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't think I'm an ugly person, but Brad Pitt? Like, there's something that's not lining up there, dude.
I don't think I'm ugly. There's never been a point in my life where I was like, I look better than Brad Pitt.
Yes. So I'm like, there's got to be... You're lying about something.
Yeah.
Why are you telling me the truth about, like, Harry Styles and Johnny Depp, but you won't tell me you think Brad Pitt's good looking? There's something wrong there.
Yeah.
And, like, I get maybe more of a taste, but she also said Captain America isn't good looking. Chris Evans. And I'm like, bro... That is not true.
What?
That is just straight up not true. Yeah, because, like, I will legitimately tell her that she's lying on her opinions of attractive celebrities.
You should.
And I'm like, there's just no fucking way. There's no way you sit here and you fuck me, but you wouldn't fuck Captain America? There's no fucking way.
No.
There's no way. I mean,
and
that's
I
just...
discredit. Like, I'm not being, like, mean when I say, like, there's no way.
Yeah, exactly, same. No, I am totally... will... Like, she'll... The way I argue for them, you would think I'm insecure about myself.
No.
But I'm like, dude, what? You would fuck them. You would definitely fuck them. There's no fucking way you wouldn't fuck them. Why would you tell me the truth about Harry Styles but not Captain America?
If you were insecure, you'd be like, I think you would, like, really like that.
Or maybe avoid that.
Yeah.
Because I know with my parents, they both have celebrity crushes and they won't tell the other person.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my mom is actually to the point where she like talks down to any attractive person that's on TV. Like she's like, "Oh, that Angelina Jolie is so trashy," and my dad's kind of trained to the point where he'll just go, "Yeah, I don't get it either." You know, but then, like she'll say like Scarlett Johansson's ugly and shit, and then my dad will be talking to me and he'll be joking about it. I'm like, "Say something to her, then you puss." You know, I'm like, who cares? Like if it's so fragile.
Yeah.
To the point where you can't even admit another female is attractive, then there's something that, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not the type of person that, like, if me and my girlfriend watch Black Widow, I'm not just going to sit there and be like, hey, babe, she's so fucking hot, isn't she? You know, because that's just kind of rude.
Yeah.
But if she's like, man, Scarlett Johansson's so pretty, I'd be like, yeah, she fucking is, dude.
Yeah.
You know? I don't, there's just got to be something there.
Yeah.
And, like, because Bradley Cooper is another one of those people that my girlfriend doesn't think is... Yeah.
No.
And that pissed me off, dude.
That's crazy.
Genuinely pissed me off. I don't get that. I really don't fucking get that.
Yeah.
Having said that, I will hide the degree of which I think people are attractive. Because I don't
will you pull punches?
I do. I will not hold back if I do think someone is attractive, like a celebrity is attractive.
Yeah.
But I will hide the degree on how I think they're hot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I'm not. Because like
I feel like it's disrespectful to be like, I think this is the hottest person that's ever lived.
Yeah. Because like whenever Billie Eilish was on like the cover of Vogue. Yeah. I remember, like, you couldn't get on Instagram without seeing it. No. You know, I mean, even other celebrities were reposting.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the most liked picture on Instagram. In the
she has she has like top 5 of like whatever most liked pictures on.
Yeah,
and of course I saw it. I saw it so much. I saw it every goddamn day, at least like a couple times an hour.
Yeah.
And she was like, man, have you seen all this shit about Billie Eilish's pictures? And I'm like, no, what's going on? What's going on with that? And she showed me, you haven't seen it? I'm like, oh, no, I didn't pay attention. I didn't know she posted anything.
Yeah.
I saw them.
Of course.
I saw them so many times. I think I saw them, I think my phone, like, gave me the update that, like, I had been on my phone, like, 86% more on my phone this week than previous weeks. And then right after I got that notification, she was like, have you seen those pictures? And I'm like,
if I put my phone on a scale, it was literally heavier from how many photos I downloaded.
Yeah. I was like, it is. I had to upgrade my fucking phone to get more storage on it. I haven't seen them, though. Completely unrelated.
Never even looked.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It just... It's not
I definitely
that I
think in the past,
yes.
to answer your actual question,
yes.
In the past, I've had girlfriends that have pulled punches. I've been like, oh, I don't think they're that good looking. And I've done the same thing.
Yes.
I've been genuinely offended that someone would say that someone is hot and then tell me that they're not. Like, yes, they are. Like,
yes,
like
clearly, dude.
Like Brad Pitt is obviously hot.
Yes.
Like, there's not. I'm not going to be jealous.
No,
I get it.
I'm just outdone.
Yeah,
you know, like if say if my girlfriend won't admit to me that LeBron James is a better basketball player, I'm like, you are out of your fucking mind. Of course he is. Look at the stats, bro.
Yeah.
Look at his resume. Of course he's hotter. Of course he's better at basketball.
Exactly.
Yeah, it I will say, I have taken this as a genuine compliment. Maybe it's because I'm a narcissist / future cult leader.
Yeah.
But my past two exes, one of their biggest crushes have been Johnny Depp. Maybe I look like Johnny Depp.
I don't think you look like Johnny Depp.
You're going to look at me and tell me how they don't look like Johnny Depp.
Here's the thing. If you wore maybe a similar outfit...
He's going to say a fucking pirate outfit.
I don't know anything else.
Maybe wore some eyeshadow or had scissor hands.
Listen, if you grew your hair out and dressed like a pirate, maybe you look a lot more like him, but you are dressed completely different than anything I've ever seen Johnny Depp in. It's
Having
hard to
said
compare.
that, this right here is the outfit of the summer. I don't have my Crocs on right now. I don't have my solid white Crocs on with the bottle opener. This is the outfit of the fucking summer, dude.
Yeah.
Red shirt, the Coachella shorts. Red world. Yeah, this is the outfit of the fucking summer.
Did you notice when we went to Kroger today to go grocery shopping, a woman, obviously, had a full dress on that was the exact same print as your shorts? Did you notice that?
Did she look like Bradley Cooper?
She did not.
If not, I did not pay attention to her. Not even on my fucking radar, dude.
Yeah, I was going to point it out, but I didn't know how you'd feel about pointing out that you have shorts on.
Did she also have a butt plug in? We had some differences then. You do your research, buddy. I don't know, man.
No, I was going to find out about that later.
I actually have been wanting to do something with my hair because I've grown my mustache out, and I'm just very scared that I'm starting to look like a deputy in a small racist town. So I've actually become pretty aware and scared of that.
If I could grow your mustache,
which, granted, is not the best of mustaches.
It's not bad though.
It's not the best.
It's a good mustache.
It could be darker and it could be fuller.
It could be.
Yeah, I have the anti-Hitler going on here.
Which I personally think is great. But I think you have a great mustache. If I had your mustache, I would have kept my mullet.
I have had a decent amount of people tell me that I should shave it.
Fuck them.
Yeah. I think they need to take just one ride on the mustache train. And then I dare them to tell me that again. I dare them to take one mustache ride and then look me straight in my fucking mustache and tell me that doesn't belong.
I'm in support of the mustache, so I don't want to say anything. I plead the fifth.
I had to convert you.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't know. I've had actually a couple people tell me that, and it kind of hurts. But having said that,
they're wrong.
Of course they're wrong. I have wanted to make changes to my hair, whether that's growing it out again, which I'm a fan of. Pretty inconvenient, though.
Yeah.
I'm not I wasn't the biggest fan of having long hair in terms of actually dealing with. Oh, it's beautiful. In terms of actually dealing with it, but looks wise, I was a big fan of it. I loved having long hair.
I think you look good with long hair.
But like when it comes to like sleeping, it sucked.
It's so hot.
It fucking sucked too, because I feel like if I was like laying down, my hair's right here, I would have to like move, pick up my hair, and then lay back down so I'd be comfortable.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking showers. Like, you don't feel legitimately dry after showers because your hair just stays fucking wet.
It takes so long for your hair to dry.
You do have the great days of long hair where you feel a little bit more curls at the end of your hair, and everything's just lining up, and it just feels good.
I love if I'm outside
and there's like from the 80s.
A little bit of a wind blow.
It's done, man.
Your hair, like having long hair, is just better.
Yeah. Your boyfriend pulls down his pants and you just...
I can't do it. I don't have the long hair anymore.
Your boyfriend comes home after a long day of work and you just go... No, I really do. I miss that, so I've been thinking about regrowing it.
Yeah.
I'd probably take some different steps this time. But I wanted to dye my hair.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of chicken shit. So
Why don't you want to dye your hair?
Well...
Are you scared it like won't look good?
What I really want to do, and I have really short hair, so it's a very, very troubling thing for a white person.
You want to go blonde?
Dye it blonde.
Yeah.
Eminem has fucking ruined that.
Yep.
For white guys with short hair.
Yep.
And I wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But then immediately people will be like, oh, you fucking Slim Shady and shit. And I want to have, like, kind of how John Jones says he has an excuse in the tank for every fight. Like, he gets drunk, drugs, prostitutes. So he's like, oh, if I lose, it's because of this. I want to be like, yeah, I lost a bet. I don't like it either. But really, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, in the back of my head, I actually fucking love it.
Yeah.
So, going into the future, next time we have a bet, I will try to win the bet, but I will bet my hair color.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I have one reason I haven't dyed my hair.
Bet me I won't. What?
I don't want to keep up with it.
Yeah.
No other reason. I have no problems with dyeing my hair. I don't think, even if it looked
keeping up with it. What do you mean? What do you got to do to keep up with it?
You got to keep dyeing it.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Or your roots will grow out. My hair's pretty dark. I think your hair's pretty fucking dark. So you're going to have to do multiple.
Especially if you do blonde.
You're going to have to do multiple times.
You do not want brown roots with blonde hair. That looks trashy as fuck.
Yeah. I've seen it work out maybe a handful of times.
It looks like trailer park shit. If you have like deep, like dark brown hair, deep dark brown roots, and then bleach blonde hair.
Yeah.
You look like you're like the pick of the litter in a trailer park.
I wouldn't go that extreme, but I don't think it looks great.
You honestly look like your name should be in 2 parts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of trashy shit comes from 2-part names.
But yeah, you have to keep up with it in that. You have to buy like special like shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
To keep up with it.
Yeah, I just fucking buy Head and Shoulders now.
If your hair's dark,
I don't even wash my hair every day. I don't have to.
Yeah. If your hair's dark, you're gonna have to go multiple times to dye it.
Yeah.
Just to get it blonde, which means when it starts to grow out, you're gonna have to do multiple times.
I don't have to condition my hair anymore.
Yeah. Same.
It's just shampoo, just Head and Shoulders, just one time through, not even every day, but whenever you have long hair, you got to condition it, you got to, do your other shampoo shit, you got to buy special shit,
That's why I haven't yet. Because I wanted to do like the whole like Dennis Rodman where I do like crazy fucking shit with my hair.
I thought you were talking about long hair. I was like, I don't ever remember him having bangs. But I was like, I may be wrong. I'd like to do a little bit of research.
Like where my hair's short and I just do like all kinds of crazy colors with it. But
isn't there something weird with his cheetah print? Wasn't it like not actually cheetah print?
Yeah,
like there was something in there?
It was like 33 because that was his like number.
Yeah.
At the time.
And it was like kind of in cheetah print design.
Yeah.
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. My favorite player ever.
And again, I think this kind of supports my argument of the benefits of childhood trauma. He had trauma growing up.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Like his sister dressed him up as a girl and shit. Like if you watch
genuinely, all he ever wanted was to feel like loved. Like watching his documentary, like that's all he. ever wanted ever.
I want to say Montana, but I can't remember what fucking hick state he ended up in, where he moved in with the family, and the parents were just calling him the N-word just because. They weren't racist. They let him live with them, and they was just like, yeah, go get it, you fucking... Yeah.
That was rough to watch. And they even said it on the documentary.
Yeah. That's hick shit right there, dude.
Holy shit. I kind of forgot about that. That shit was so crazy.
Yes. So, again... The benefits of childhood trauma, that kid later went on to become a pretty much ambassador for the Korean-American relationship.
Yeah. Still one of the craziest things.
It could be the reason we haven't been nuked yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the...
And Defensive Player of the Year.
I remember when the report came out that he was going to be the bride of the wedding. And his wife was like, no, the fuck he's not. I'm going to be the bride. We're both just wearing dresses.
Yeah.
There's going to be more than one bride. And she was like, no, the fuck there's not. I just love that.
Now, something I think we could further it into is maybe the benefit of, how do I say this? Drug addiction.
Explain? Because it's not coming off great.
I will give you one name. Eminem.
Okay, so you want to talk about...
For us personally, not Eminem. I think the best thing he's ever done in his life is not become
not be a drug addict. Yeah.
But, as a listener...
So, if you want to talk very, very selfishly... And only as a listener.
Okay.
There are plenty, I wouldn't say plenty of artists, but I mean like...
I'm sure there's more examples of...
Yeah. Eminem, becoming sober, his music has definitely been worse. Who else? You want to go like Chance, being sober, his music has become worse.
Yes.
Those are the two easy examples. I'm still happy for both of them. Like, I don't want to come off as like... someone who's rooting for people to do drugs. I hope that they live happy lives. I wish that they would drop music better sober than they did.
I want to actively be happy for you not being a drug addict, but kind of make it hard to. You know, when you drop like The Big Day or Songs to Be Murdered By, which I think was the better of his album releases recently.
Yeah,
I could say Kamikaze.
I like one song off of both.
Yeah. Do you think any favorable results will pop up if I look up... how would I word that?
Artists who have quit their drug addiction? Is that what you're about to go for?
Who have made better music post-drug addiction.
Well, just look up artists who have quit their drug addiction, and then we can base it on if anyone's made better music or not.
Oh, this is going to make me sad, though.
Why? Who do you have in mind?
There's some people who died because of it.
Yeah, but I don't think they'll come up on the list.
Yeah, I don't think Amy Winehouse's music has gotten better.
Yeah. What it came up?
30 famous musicians who have battled drug addiction.
Oh, battled. So this might not be stopped? Let's see.
Yeah,
scroll down.
I figured it'd be a lot of rock stars.
Yeah.
It says Ozzy Osbourne. In fact, his heavy alcohol and drug abuse led him to being fired from Black Sabbath in 1978.
Yeah. He hasn't made better music?
I have no idea. Oh, okay. So, again, this is more the ones I thought it'd be. Kurt Cobain.
He hasn't made better music since?
In 1994, heroin and alcohol overdose was reportedly the first attempt leading up to his suicide. So, again, 2 for 2. According to Britney Spears herself, she has dabbled with drugs. However, she has... I need dates.
Keep going.
It says Snoop Dogg. Rapper Snoop Dogg has been busted quite a few times.
He's not sober.
Amy Winehouse died of alcohol addiction.
Yeah.
I didn't know she died from alcohol addiction in 2011.
I didn't know it was alcohol either.
I didn't either.
Actually. Yeah, I didn't know
wow. I didn't know it was about Whitney Houston. I knew about the drug thing.
Yeah.
Cited by the Guinness World Records as the most awarded female act of all time.
Didn't know that.
Was reportedly
Isn't
in
that what
rehab.
Daytona's cover art is? Is the last pictures of her?
Yes. Like her bathroom.
Yeah.
Yes.
That shit's crazy.
Bobby Brown, yeah, he's
Yeah.
right there with Whitney Houston. Michael Jackson. That's not drug abuse. He was killed by a doctor. I will stand with that one. He was definitely killed by a doctor.
Yeah. Anyone that has stopped and lived on this fucking list?
Aaron Carter. Famous rapper Notorious B.I.G. was notorious not only for his music, but so shitty.
All right.
Not us for saying this, but for his cocaine and marijuana use. Shut
All right.
up.
Okay. Give me a name of anyone on that list who is still alive after the addiction. Is there anyone?
Flava Flav. Rapper Flava Flav has had his license it says suspected, but I'm assuming suspended.
Okay.
As a result of DUIs, at least. Do you want to guess?
10? 20? Higher? 30? 50? 40? 42?
43.
43.
43 fucking times. How are you just not... How is it just like one of like the... How do you not just add that as the 11th commandment? That like Flavor Flav is not allowed to drive anymore? 43! He doesn't give a fuck about anybody's life.
Dude, I thought after like one, you lost your license.
Well, you get so many points,
Yeah.
right? Like you're only allowed so many points before like...
I know it's not 40 plus.
Yeah, before it's like suspended...
Yeah.
Again, another research, but what happens if you get... Why does he have this many DUIs? He should just have a driver at this point, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's just kind of irresponsible that he doesn't have a driver.
43 DUIs.
Okay, so what happened? There is literally nothing that will tell me what happens if you get 43 DUIs, because it's probably unprecedented.
Yeah.
What happens when you get too many DUIs? If you're convicted of driving under the influence more than once,
Yeah.
you may lose your license for years.
Yeah.
Or may lose it permanently.
Yeah, I thought it was like one time, like you get like
Yes.
a hard slap on the
Yes.
wrist, and then it was done. After that, this motherfucker.
At this point, he should be as much as a danger to society that like Jeffrey Dahmer was. He is throwing everybody else at so much fucking risk.
Yeah.
Just know at any point in time you may and probably are on the road at the same time as Flavor Flav. God forbid if it's in the same state.
And he's drunk.
He is drunk. Statistically, he's drunk.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's ridiculous.
Fucking shit, dude. Well, his music's been shit too, though. So
Yeah.
So that kind of makes
So
sense.
no one on this list has proven the exception. I would like to think that there's someone. There's probably one or two good examples, but I can't think of them.
Yeah.
There definitely is. Like, there's definitely an example of someone who sobered up and still made great music, if not better music.
Depending on who you ask, because there's a lot of people that would still say Eminem's one of the examples. And honestly, he could probably be like an influence to people, which I do appreciate. I don't see any drug addict listening to The Big Day and being like, I should stop drugs.
Yeah, I should never
I
do
almost
acid
started
again.
doing drugs
Yeah.
because of that album. I'm like, fuck, I never want to sound like that. But, oh god, I don't know these people. Only people I know. Yeah, because I'm looking at shit that's like artists who thrive through their like creatively while turning to sobriety.
Yeah.
None of them are fucking good. so
Not good examples here.
I was genuinely wanting to be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, I am too.
Yeah, because I know we all kind of have the shitty joke of, like, you know, we should probably, like, not encourage artists to do drugs or anything.
I feel like it's not a shitty joke, but...
But yeah, call me what you want. You can call me cynical. I think I'm a realist. I do think some of the better music, within reason, is influenced by drugs. And, I mean, I think there's a good amount of history to it. Obviously, within reason, you know, like, there's a lot of things that, like, is okay for you if it's done within reason. I don't think that applies with crystal meth. I don't think people say that for that. But, I don't know, there's a decent argument with it, because, you know, you hear a lot of people, like, as musicians, whenever they're younger, they talk about drugs a lot, or how much they're on drugs, and as they get older, they stray away from that.
Yeah.
Whatever the reason is, whether they're growing up, or they're having kids, they don't want to relay that message, whether it almost fucking kills them, or does. I don't know. It's pretty wild. Like, we were just talking about, Kid Cudi. He announced his sobriety in 2011.
2011. What came out after 2011? Did you look it up?
He had already released Man on the Moon
2?
And here, for reference, Day and Night was 2008.
Man on the Moon 2 might have came out right before.
Yeah, I'll look that up.
Okay. Well, I was about to look it up. But if you want a fun fact about, like, what we were kind of talking about.
2010.
Yeah, so it came out right before. So, you're looking at, like, Indica.
2013.
Oh, God. Wizard, which isn't great. You got Satellite Flight, which isn't great. Satellite Flight has 2 hard-ass songs on it.
Man on the Moon 3.
Man on the Moon 3. A lot of people have been crediting as a forgettable album.
Yes.
I listen to it nearly daily. I really like it.
I'm not gonna lie, I haven't listened to it once.
Yeah, I know. That's because you're a menace. But
it is, yeah, I am a menace.
There's a lot of songs on it. It's like 20-something songs. There's 4 songs I listen to a lot. So, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and be like, that album's phenomenal. Yeah. I don't hate any song on it. There's a lot of songs that I don't return to. There are songs I like. But it is what it is.
You think those 4 songs are good enough to make you stop doing drugs?
Stop doing drugs. You say that like I'm doing drugs. I only drink. I only drink.
That is an addiction. I mean, I guess depending.
Yeah.
I don't count it as an addiction.
I only do it on the weekends. I think I'm fine.
Yeah. Yeah. My mom already thinks I'm a like full-fledged alcoholic, so I sent her a picture of my Crocs, which is crazy because she got scared from seeing my Crocs, but my Crocs have a bottle opener on them, and she was upset about that. I was like, Mom, I don't think alcoholics
buy Crocs.
Or maybe they're like, I'm such an alcoholic, I need Crocs, or just shoe wear that has a bottle opener on it. Yeah. I don't think that's what alcoholics are worried about.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm a very creative alcoholic, if so. Yeah. You know, you should at least be happy about that.
Yeah. Oh, but what I was about to say. So, speaking of, like, the drug addictions, this is a fun fact, quote-unquote, that I heard. I don't know for it to be 100% true, but apparently, not only did the people of Wizard of Oz hate the song Over the Rainbow, they also got the girl who plays Dorothy, which I wish I knew her name. They told her she was 17 to start smoking cigarettes and meth. Oh. They got her addicted to cigarettes and meth.
So why? I'll start off with cigarettes. Why do you think cigarettes?
I'm assuming voice. Yeah, I'm assuming.
So meth.
And then, from what I just quickly looked it up, and I didn't like. I was trying to just quickly find to make sure that what I read wasn't complete bullshit. But apparently, it was like they called them pep pills.
Oh.
Yeah, so maybe it wasn't like actual meth. Maybe it was something else. But from what I've the other things that I've seen was that they got her addicted to cigarettes and meth, and they hated the song Over the Rainbow, which is honestly almost just as crazy because that movie wouldn't have been successful without that song.
So what I'm thinking is throughout history, the main benefit that I think has been deplored through meth is your effectiveness in war. I think of the berserkers who are literally on meth. I think
I don't think That's why they got Dorothy.
And I know that some of the Nazis were hopped up on meth to perform their. It was pretty much what Blue Chew is to sex, but for Nazis for war. Not the best sponsor, not the best ad reading, but yeah. So I'm trying to think of.
We're never getting sponsored.
I'm trying to think of a similar effect that they'd be like, okay, we know that this drug made the Nazis fight really motivated. Mm-hmm. So we're going to have Dorothy hopped up on meth and become a full-blown berserker.
Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
So you looked it up real quick. Did you find anything?
She would have been the soldier.
She was 17. And they were just like, you need to start smoking cigarettes and meth.
Okay, so not surprisingly, probably a bad typing. I looked up the benefits of meth.
Okay.
And so the first thing that pops up is a national health line. And oh yeah, they're yeah, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to get out of this. Oh, here the many health benefits of meth.
Okay.
Where's the actual list? It's just a stimulant. Quote for quote, like any other stimulant. So we got that. It's a stimulant if you need to be stimulated. Mm-hmm. It's good for brain injury recovery.
Okay.
Uh-oh. So this comment says, thank God the truth is coming out. The benefit of certain genetic predispositions are like nothing I've ever seen, far outweigh the negative effects. Cue a picture of a meth addict. Keep in mind, when dosed and administered properly, in moderation, as opposed to excess, and different ways of administration, may provide better results depending on symptoms. I didn't know you could take meth in moderation. I thought even if you did the smallest amount of meth, you was still on meth. You know, like,
I think we're giving all the wrong message.
Yeah, this has been a pretty irresponsible podcast that we've had. Okay, so here, if you listen to this podcast out of context, you'll think that we're starting up a cult that does meth for medical reasons. This is
But this isn't out of context. Guys, don't do meth. And only join our cult if we start one.
But if you're going to do any of those things, do it within moderation. I don't always do meth, but when I do,
it's in moderation.
I do it responsibly. Don't drink and meth. Somebody in these comments said I sleep on it.
And that's been Jammin with Kron Rex.
Hold on. There is one thing that I thought would be pretty fucking funny.
Okay, what is it? Last thing.
It goes all the way back to when we was talking about cults.
Okay.
Hold on, I gotta look it up again.
Yeah. This can be good. I don't know what it is, but it can be good.
Oh, wrong thing. Wrong topic. Not telltale signs of meth. But, so I'm assuming a different Rick Ross wrote this. But someone named Rick Ross wrote an article called Watch Out for Telltale Signs. And it's about cults. How do you know if you're in a cult? Okay, so
the 7 signs of being in a cult. Is that where we're going to end this on?
Or how do you know? Or do you want to read the article of how do you know if you're in a cult, which is by Oprah Daily, or The Atlantic, which is the 7 signs that you're in a cult?
7 signs you're in a cult. I love a list.
Me too. Yeah, I like when it's numbered.
Yeah, it's much better.
Yeah, I need to know in order.
Yeah.
What do I think? How do I know if I'm in a cult?
Let's judge if this podcast is a cult.
So, yeah, I was saying, think about this in your life. If any of these, you're just like, maybe I'm in a cult. Mm-hmm. Okay, so number 1, opposing critical thinking.
No. Nothing I have is telling me not to critically think.
Okay, cool. Because I will say, I didn't want you to think that I shut down your critical thinking sometimes.
No.
We disagree, but...
Yeah, I think that I'm also judging it against this podcast, which is a weird one to go against, but Like, we kind of just take whatever topics we think are better. If I come up with them, cool, great. If you come up with them, cool, great. Like, we don't...
Do we oppose critical thinking for them, though?
Again, for them? No.
Do we judge other opinions?
Yeah, we judge opinions, but that's just because we're assholes. I mean, nothing more to it.
Cult leaders.
We're cult leaders, but we're not in a cult.
Isolating members and penalize them for unsubscribing. I'm sorry, I mean leaving.
So,
next. 1 to 3.
Emphasizing special doctrines outside Scripture.
So I guess maybe leaning more towards what you preach rather than what. Did you just throw up that?
Well, I've been 1, 2, and then I always do 3.
I thought you were trying to fucking get me with the. Made you look. What the fuck is that? What a weird time.
No, I just put my hand down because I didn't want to. I didn't want to just fucking.
What a
hold
weird
it up
time to
the whole
get me.
Punch you.
That's my cult. So, emphasizing special doctrines outside of Scripture. I do encourage people to
watch other podcasts. So no.
Oh, I was going to say view this more than they do a Bible.
Yeah, but we also like push other podcasts.
This is a bad time to walk into something.
Yeah. All right, 4. We gotta hurry.
Seeking inappropriate loyalty to their leaders.
I don't.
We don't personally do that, but
Yeah.
I think we. Maybe if you want to spin it in a bad way, encouraging like maybe followers, subscribers, OnlyFans subscribers. That is inappropriate.
Yeah. All right, 5.
We have offered like special content for under the table view.
Dishonoring the family unit.
Very oddly worded.
Yeah.
But I have seen like within cults like how they'll try to push disconnection from their family, like kind of separate them, like isolate them a little bit more.
Yeah, we definitely don't do that because we want the whole family to subscribe.
We do want the whole family to subscribe.
As many people to follow as possible. So no, we don't do that at all.
Yeah,
and I'm not
once
a part
you
of
get
that.
here, we want you to stay.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to be punished. Number 6, crossing biblical boundaries of behavior versus sexual purity and personal ownership. Do we cross biblical boundaries? I know we say some blasphemous shit.
We definitely cross
biblical boundaries.
Biblically.
I didn't know that was a thing, a biblical boundary of behavior.
But
BBB.
But we mind our own business and we don't shame if you do it. So is that a cult?
We may do it.
But we don't
don't
shame others for doing it.
Okay. So what about us in our under-over when we was just berating people for preaching the religion at a 4-way intersection? Because I'm not going to lie, I am spinning this because I would like to view this as a cult. This is a fun little clubhouse for us. This is our cult. We have 55 cult members.
But it's different because we didn't say that they shouldn't talk religion. We said they shouldn't be so annoying about it.
Is there a way that somebody cannot be annoying to you about that? Like, is there ways somebody can walk up to you and be like, hey, I want to talk about religion, you're automatically not annoyed?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I've been asked to go to, like, church multiple times, and I was like, yeah, I would, just because, like, I like the person.
Yeah, I've done that shit, too. As a grown-up, I have not had a single positive church experience.
I haven't really went, just because, like, it usually doesn't line up. I'm usually busy on Sundays.
Doesn't line up with your cultist views?
Well, no, I'm busy on most days of the week, so especially, like, Sunday morning, I'm pretty busy. Whatever you want to call it. But I mean, the podcast, yeah. So, but
that's right.
But yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem talking religion. I've actually had people like, if I'm talking like or telling a story or something, they brought up like a biblical reference to it, like that's like in the Bible. It says this, and it's kind of like a story based on what I've said. And I'm like, that's actually pretty neat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've had good biblical like responses. But
The one I was thinking would pop up the most, we're just about to get to 7, but the one I thought would pop up the most is control. Like, because this other article talks about emotional control, thought control.
yeah.
And that's not as fun as I thought it was going to be. Thought control is not just control of a bunch of sluts. Information control and behavioral control. That's what I mainly thought of. Like, people are trying to control certain aspects, like,
You know. But the last one...
Number 7, what is it?
Let me get back to it.
How have you lost it?
Dude, I have so many fucking tabs. Yeah, because see, number 7 on this list is Keith Richards. But I don't believe that is the right one I'm looking for.
Number 7 on You're in a Cult. You really can't find it. Are you fucking
I
kidding me?
cannot fucking find it. It is buried in here. Oh my god, there's so much
How?
shit.
How did you lose it?
Maybe I should. I'll start exiting out. Or something like that. Don't need that one. Don't need that one.
Oh my god.
Don't need the plus minus in the NBA. Don't need the one hit wonders. Did I look up that? Ooh, okay. We're back in it, buddy. Number 7, separation from the church.
No,
Yeah,
we don't do that.
yeah.
I don't believe we do that unless we're trying to convince you to not yell at people from the 4-way. But if that's where your church is, then you're a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
Maybe
Go to
do that
church
for other
where-
reasons.
Go
Maybe
to
go
church
to-
wherever you want. Join any podcast that you want. Just also join ours.
if you're within 10 feet of a stoplight, you're not in the right church. I will separate you from that one. I'll
Yeah.
do that physically.
I'll do it.
I'll put my bare fucking hands into that one.
So, don't forget to like, subscribe, review,
Do meth in moderation.
and if you love the intro and outro, check out Coach Cam.
And subscribe to our cult. Anywhere you may find cults.
Yeah. Audio versions available wherever you
Listen to cults.
Wherever you listen to podcasts.
Or that be Spotify, Apple Podcast, or...
iHeartRadio or whatever. But other than that, this has been Jammin with Kron Rex. Peace.